Great. This talk is about the body code. So I'm really excited to be here for all of you, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, the body code has really come down from up above, and so we believe it's a divine gift. And so we like to have a moment of silence before we start something like this, okay? And if you believe in a higher power, you can help me by just, being quiet for maybe 10 or 15 seconds and go to wherever you want to go and ask for help from that higher power. Okay, so we can have a really great little workshop here. Okay, here we go. Is a bonus. I need to actually turn that off. All right. We started out with Stevie Ray, and that was more appropriate. So I'd like to introduce my wife, Jean, to you first of all. She's been my assistant and partner in crime for 41 years now. We've been married. She's a mother of 8 children, 5 grandchildren. She's an artist and a designer. That woman knows where all the bodies are buried. Telling you that right now. She knows how all this works, and she's been there on the creation of everything and has been my assistant, and it's been amazing, so thank you. So this is me. I'm a retired holistic chiropractic physician, medical intuitive, expert in energy medicine, best-selling author of the Emotion Code, of course, and creator of the Body Code. And that's why you're here, to learn about what the body code is. First of all, just a little tiny bit about the emotion code. The book is subtitled How to Release Your Trapped Emotions for Abundant Health, Love, and Happiness. And first was self-published in 2007, and then we published it as a hardcover book with St. Martin's Press in 2019. And we've had some really great reviews for that. Like Tony Robbins said, I believe that the discoveries in this book can change our understanding of how we store emotional experiences, and in so doing, change our lives. The Emotion Code has already changed many lives around the world, and it is my hope that millions more will be led to use this simple tool to heal themselves and their loved ones. An amazing guy, Tony Robbins. Another amazing guy. These are like my 3 favorite people in the world, besides my wife, of course. Greg Braden said the Emotion Code catapults us light years beyond conventional explanations of seemingly random symptoms and disease. This book is all about you, your life, and every relationship that you'll ever experience. I have no doubt that the Emotion Code is destined to become a cornerstone for the healing of the new millennium, which is coming right down the road. Raise your hand if you think that, that could be. Right? Yeah. We're getting real close there. Dr. Joe Dispenza, another one of my favorite people, said in this wonderful book, Dr. Brad Nelson gives us a truly evolved model of how we get sick and how we can indeed heal. He brilliantly teaches us by what means a broad spectrum of trapped emotions can be stored in our bodies, limiting the expression of health, and then he provides us the practical tools to free ourselves from the chains of those self-limiting emotions. Read it and become your own healer. So another one of my favorite people was Nikola Tesla, who said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, to understand how the body code works and how it can work at any distance, at least as great as the diameter of the Earth, and I'm sure beyond, although we haven't been able to test it. The only way to understand that is to think in terms of energy and to set aside everything that you've learned in your life, because frankly you've been lied to since day one. Raise your hand if you would agree that that could be true. Yeah, lots and lots of lies that we're trying to sort out now and figure out what's true and what isn't. So here's a really interesting truth. This might rock your world, okay, but you ready? You ready? Yes. Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about the conscious mind. I used to teach that the conscious mind was 10% of our intelligence because that's what I had heard other people say. So I taught that for years, right? And then one day I was thinking, it can't be 10%. People are just so stupid. Maybe it's 5%. Okay, 5%, that's probably right. So then for years I thought, okay, we use 5% of our intelligence, that's our conscious mind. And then a few years ago, I thought, I've never really prayed about this or asked about this. And here's the answer that I got. That conscious mind where we, spend all of our waking hours, it's 0.0000000001% of our intelligence. Now, if we could move that decimal point just one place, right? You just move it over one, we'd be amazing. I think what happens is when we come into this world, our access to all that intelligence that we had before we came here, I think we get dialed back, right? So when people die and they go to the other side, oftentimes have these experiences that they come back and tell about. Those are the only ones we hear from. The other ones don't come back, and then we don't hear from them. But the ones that do come back and survive it say things like, my mind expanded to this infinite degree, and I could ask as many questions as I wanted to at the same time, and all the answers would flow in instantly and all be understood perfectly. Imagine going through law school like that. You could do it probably in a minute, maybe a second, right? I think that's what we're actually capable of. So that's pretty wild. That's the conscious mind. So raise your hand if you think you might know somebody that maybe got dialed back a little too far. Maybe their decimal point is one more to the left. Do you know anyone like that? I certainly do. But I'm not going to mention any names. Don't say anything, okay? So with that conscious mind, we receive input, we analyze things, right? We make decisions. And we like to think we're really smart. We like to think that our decisions that we make are totally rational. But those decisions that we make are heavily, heavily influenced by what's going on in the subconscious mind. And there's not a lot of storage space in that conscious mind for memory. Really, it's like that conscious part of us is like a peanut brain. Not even a peanut brain. It's more like a microdot brain. It's like a tiny little seed that is, if you're looking at a picture of an iceberg, if the subconscious mind is represented by that part that's below the waterline, your conscious mind would be represented maybe by a pinhead on top of that subconscious mind. And so we forget things, right? Raise your hand if you've forgotten something significant in the last week that got you in trouble. Raise your hand if you forgot the question. I understand. It's all right. That's who we are. So the subconscious mind, on the other hand, is 99.9999999% of your intelligence, right? That's pretty wild. But think about it. Here's the truth. The truth about the subconscious mind, the truth about our existence is that we have not even begun really to wrap our heads around the miracle that is every single moment of our lives. Think about it. There's 37 trillion cells in your body, and they say that every single cell is equivalent in complexity to a full-size aircraft carrier with 10,000 people working on board at different jobs. Jets on the ramp with their engines spooled up, ready to take off. That's how complex a single cell is in your body. And you've got 37 trillion of those, and your subconscious mind knows exactly what's going on with every single one of those cells. Not only that, it remembers everything you've ever done, every face you've ever seen in a crowd, everything you've ever eaten or tasted or touched or smelled is all in there in that subconscious mind, that holographic computer that is beyond our ability to comprehend. It's the science of God. And every single moment of your life is an absolute miracle. Every moment is an ongoing miracle because we're made of nothing but pure energy. We're made of energies that are all flying in formation, keeping our bodies together, keeping them from flying apart the whole time we live. It's absolutely unreal. So, I used to be a computer programmer, and when I was in school, I can remember sitting in class and hearing my instructors, especially my neurology instructor, talking about how the brain is a computer. And I was a programmer, and they'd come get me out of class. I programmed the admissions office computers when I went through school, and they'd come get me out of class a lot of the time, which I thought was great. But sitting there and listening to them saying, my instructors would, when they would say that, I would think, well, if the brain is really a computer, will we ever be able to actually access it? Is it possible that someday we might have the technology to actually tap into the brain itself and ask it what a person really needs? Because as a doctor, wouldn't that be so amazing? to go to the source itself, to ask the body itself what it needs. Wow, what a concept. And I'm sitting in class thinking that, and that's exactly what this is that you're about to see. That's exactly what this is. So that subconscious mind of yours is kind of a truth detector. It knows the difference between yes and no and truth and lies. You can present an idea or ask a question to the subconscious mind, and you're going to get an energetic change that will occur in the body. And you can pick up that change using muscle testing. Okay? So how many of you have done muscle testing before? Raise your hand if you're not familiar with it. Anybody not familiar with it? Okay. Well, why don't you come up for a second then, and we'll just show you. Come on up. It's actually really easy. Nothing to be afraid of. Come on up. All right. And what's your name?
Mark.
Mark. Okay, come on over here. Nice to meet you. Say hello to Mark, everybody. All right, Mark, come on over here. Hold your arms straight out. Ready? And just resist me. Say, my name is Mark.
My name is Mark.
He says his name is Mark. That's a true statement. If I press down, his body is like, yeah, I agree with that. My name is Mark. Now we'll use the magic word. Say, my name is Bob.
My name is Bob.
He says his name is Bob, and his body says, no, that's not true. And that, my friend, is muscle testing. Thank you very much. Okay, that's how that works, right? Unless your name actually is Bob, then it all goes out the window, doesn't it? So what happened to me about a year after the Emotion Code book was published, I woke up one morning and my mind was full of instruction. And this was the instruction. You need to take everything that you have learned about natural healing and put it into a self-study course that anyone can learn and make it available to everyone, everywhere. And that was the instruction. And I remember thinking, well, wait, are you sure about this? This sounds like it actually might require, some work. And being kind of lazy, I sat on this for about 3 months. Thought about it all the time. I really should get started on that. I know that I got that instruction. And then I finally started working on it. It took a year to produce the body code, the first version of it. So what is the body code? Well, it's a state-of-the-art patented software that enables you to communicate with your subconscious mind or with the subconscious mind of somebody else. It's incredibly fast, simple, and elegant energy healing. There's nothing else like it in the world. Now, when I say elegant, I mean that in the mathematical sense, that it's the simplest way to get to the answers. It empowers you to access your innate healing skills, and we all have those. We have a birthright, you see, as human beings, as sons and daughters of God, we all have this innate ability to heal. That's our birthright, every single one of us. I don't care who you are. And this is going to give that back to you. See, that's what this is for, is to give that healing ability back to everybody. So the most ancient idea in the history of healing is that our symptoms and diseases and issues, whether they're mental or emotional or physical, all result from one thing. You can boil it down to one word, and that one word is imbalance. Okay? We have imbalances. Now, when I was in practice, being a former computer programmer, I always had a computer right there with me in my office, right? And as I was working on patients, and as I would find things that I hadn't never seen before, I would try to categorize those. And what I found was, over the years, that there are really 6 different kinds of imbalances that cause all of our problems. There are energies, okay? Things like trapped emotions, okay? Emotional energies, trauma energies, things like that. There are imbalances in the circuitry or the systems of the body. There are imbalances because maybe you've been exposed to some kind of toxin. Maybe you had metal fillings as a kid, or maybe you've been eating too much hamburger helper, or I don't know. Raise your hand if that's you. You know who you are. Sometimes we get pathogens, right? Raise your hand if you've heard of viruses. Okay? Bacteria, fungal infections, parasites, and so on. We have misalignments that happen to us. How many of you have gotten relief by seeing a chiropractor? Okay, a lot of you. Absolutely right. And that's what I did, and it's amazing how well that works. I found that any tissue can misalign, though. And so we might see that today. There are other imbalances that are called nutrition or lifestyle imbalances. And what we're going to do here, for the time that we have, is we're going to try to work on some of you and show you how the body code actually works. And so my wife, Jean, is going to come up here, and she is going to help us. Come on up, Jean. The lovely Jean Amazing. She's 83 years old. Look at her. Just unbelievable, right? Really unbelievable. That's how well this stuff works, right? It's all right. We'll talk later. So anyway, in other words, I'll be in trouble later. So let's do this. Just for fun here. Let's start with somebody that's in pain, okay? If you think that you're in more pain than anybody else in this room could possibly be, raise your hand. If you think that you're up there. All right. What's going on with you? Sorry? Dysbiosis. Well, come on down. Maybe, do you want to walk up, or do you need the chair? Okay. All right, come on down. All right. So, pain level 0 to 10, how bad and where?
7.
It's a 7. Where's it at?
Here and in the back.
Here and in the back. All right, come on up here.
It's in gas.
Yeah, come on up. And how long has this been going on?
2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months, okay. All right.
Can hardly eat.
Can hardly eat, huh? Well, that's no good. All right, well, come on up here and let's take a look. Okay. And what's your name?
Dr. Suni.
Dr. Suni. Say hello to Dr. Suni, everybody.
I'm not Bob.
She is not Bob. We could verify that.
Okay.
All right. In fact, let's do that right now. Come on over. Come right this way so that everybody over there can see you.
Oh.
For you to get muscle tested? Is it going to hurt for you to get muscle tested?
No.
Okay.
I know how to muscle test, but no, it's not.
All right. Hold that arm straight out and just resist me for a second and say what's your first name?
It's just Suni.
Suni? Okay. Say my name is Suni.
My name is Suni.
She says her name is Suni and her subconscious mind agrees. Now we'll try Bob. My name is Bob.
My name is Bob.
She says her name is Bob. Down she goes. Do we have a Bob here? There's usually one Bob, but we don't have one today. All right, no problem. So let's ask this question, okay? We're going to talk to her subconscious mind. And let's ask this question. Is there an underlying reason for this pain that you're having? Simple question, right? Is there an underlying reason? And the answer, class, is what? Yes, there's an underlying reason. Okay, so right now, her subconscious mind knows what the underlying reason is. It could be anything, right? But, oh, wait, is that not showing up anymore? Hang on 1 second. Oh, I see what happened. We have to...
Better go for the big tuna.
Yeah, let's see. I got to merge these displays. Hang on just 1 second here. All right, sorry about that. I didn't realize that was going to happen, but now we're good. Okay. So once again, let's ask that question. Is there an underlying reason? How many of you think that if you have symptoms or you have some kind of problem manifesting, that there could be an underlying reason, or maybe 2 or 3, right? There's only one profession in the world that I know of where things happen without any underlying reason at all, and it's Western medicine. Don't repeat that, okay? But that's, I'm sorry, I know.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell anybody. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Is there an underlying reason for these symptoms that you're having? And the answer is, or for the pain, we'll say the pain. And you just resist now, ready? Is there a reason for that pain? The answer is yes. So, what is the reason? Now we go to the body code, and we've got those 6 different imbalances up there. And let's find out, is this imbalance that we're after, is it on the left side of this chart? Yes, it is. Okay? So let's see, what's on the left side there, Gene? We've got energies at the top. Is it in energies? Is that where it is? No. Is it in circuits or systems? It is. It's the second one down. Okay, so we're going to click on that one. Now our subconscious mind is going to take us and walk us right to this first imbalance. Watch. All right, so now, Gene clicked there, so now we're on a page of these different kinds of imbalances. So let's see, what is this? Is it something on the left side of this page? Now, and she can't see this, right? I can barely see it. But it doesn't matter, see? Because her subconscious mind, like every subconscious mind in the whole world, is tied into the database of universal intelligence, or the light of Christ, or the morphic field, or whatever you want to call it. People call it different things. So this imbalance we're looking for, is it on the left side of this page? Yes. Is it the first one on the left upper, which is disconnections? Okay, click on that one. Let me tell you how this one came about. Gene has, between the two of us, we've got 8 kids. Our youngest is 22. And when Gene was pregnant with her, 22 and a half years ago or so, she was really sick with morning sickness and was asking me to help her. And I started thinking about the things that I had used before in the past, none of which really worked very well. And so my habit was to pray and ask God to help me before I'd go to work on somebody. And it was just a short, just a momentary pause, really. So I said that. I said, Father in heaven, if there's a better way to understand what's going on with Jean with this, help me to understand this, because I don't really know, quite what to do here to help her. And I got this answer that flowed into me. And the answer was almost whimsical. The answer was, well, you'd feel pretty sick too if you had a new life growing inside of you, especially if your brain wasn't connected to it. And I thought, oh, it's a connection thing. And sure enough, that's what it is. And that's how we found these things. And so let's see what kind of a disconnection this is with her. Is it something on the left side of this page, yes or no? No. So it's on the right side. So what's the first one up there, Jean? Is it spirit out of body? Yep, her spirit is out of her body. Now, there's a spirit within us, right? How many of you have ever been to a funeral? Raise your hand. When you look at that person lying there in the casket, there's something obviously that's different, huh? That spirit that animated that body is no longer there. It's moved on, right? Well, guess what? It can partly move on, and you can still be alive. So in other words, your spirit can be partly out of your body, and you can still be alive. You can be partly dead. Sometimes people are mostly dead. Let's see how far along you are. You ready? You know what I mean. All right, here we go. So we can ask, what percent of your spirit's in your body? Is 50% of your spirit in your body? Yeah, so that's pretty good. You're not, you're at least not less than half dead. So is 60% of your spirit in your body? Yeah. Is 70% in your body? No. Is 65% of your spirit in your body? Yeah. 66? How about 67? Maybe 68? 67% of her spirit's in her body, but so she's part of the way dead.
You say part of the way alive?
Yeah, you're mostly alive, okay? You're mostly alive. The majority of you is alive.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So now, in the body code, what you'll notice here, if Jean clicks on that one, her subconscious mind has taken us down the rabbit trail now, and we have found the imbalance, okay? And anytime you're taken to the end of the rabbit trail, you're going to find something like this. You'll go to the top first. First, you'll see an explanation that tells you where you are and what this thing is that you have found, right? And so we could read through that, but basically we kind of know what's going on there. Explained it already. The next one is called decoding. And we can ask, what's the question there, Jean? Is there anything we need to do to decode more about this, yes or no? No.
The percentage.
Yeah, so we're already there. So the next question is association. Imagine taking your car into a mechanic because your check engine light is on, right? And imagine he comes back and he says, okay, we found out the problem, your engine was out of oil. So we filled it up with oil and you're good to go, okay? And then you start thinking, well, that's weird that my car's out of oil. It's a brand new car. I only bought it a week ago. That's weird. Why would that be? And then you remember that you ran over a curb, at Arby's. Really hard. And then you think, maybe that has something to do with it. And you tell the mechanic, go check, underneath. Maybe I hit something. And he finds out, oh yeah, guess what? You had a big hole in your crankcase. So was the problem really that the engine was out of oil? Not really. The problem was the hole in the crankcase, right? The symptom was the check engine light. That was the first domino, and really the last thing. And the next thing was the engine was out of oil. And so that was the second domino. But the third domino, the big one really, was the engine, the hole in the engine, right, in the crankcase. So what we're looking here for is if there's another domino for her spirit being, partly out of her body. So let's ask. Is there anything associated with this imbalance? And guess what, guys? There is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the home page. We're going to find this second domino. First domino here is that her spirit's, partly out of her body. And we're going to look for the second domino. Where is it? Is it on the left side of the chart there? Yes or no? Uh-huh. All right. And is it in the energies area? It is. So we're going to click on that first one. All right, so these are different kinds of energy imbalances. Her subconscious is going to take us to it. What is it? Is it something on the left side of the chart? Yes. Is it left upper? Yes, it is. So it's post-traumatic. Is it on the left side of this chart? Yep. So is it a physical trauma? Yep, it's a physical trauma energy. So here's how I found this one. Okay, this is really interesting. I had a guy that came into me one time. He was 42 years old. He'd been in a car accident 4 years before, and he said that his neck still hurt like the day after the accident. He'd seen multiple different doctors, right? And I thought, that's kind of weird. So, you know, I had this habit of praying, and so I said, Father in heaven, if there's something I should know about this, if there's something I should understand about this, help me to know what's going on here, because this is kind of odd. And boom, I got this answer. And here's what happened to him, okay? He was rear-ended by another car, and in that accident there was energy that was released. That's what crumples the fenders and bends the frame, right, when you have an accident. Some of that energy went into his body. Now, sometimes that energy goes right through us, but sometimes that energy can get stuck. And that energy, some of that energy got stuck in his neck. It's like a ball of energy. You can't see it, it's invisible, but some people can if they use the right kind of drugs, okay? They say, I don't know, not from personal experience, but that's what I've been told. But anyway, or they have that gift. That energy was stuck in his neck, so I released it by just going down his back a few times with an intention to release it. And his pain level went from a 9 to a 2 instantly, right? Now, she has this going on, some kind of a physical trauma. So there's some kind of a physical blow that you took at some point. Now, if we scroll down a little bit to where it says, let's see, decoding, let's ask, do we need to know anything else about this? Yes, we do. All right, so the first thing, if the subconscious mind says we need to know more, the first place we go is age. So how old are you right now?
73.
73, all right. So let's ask, did this happen earlier than, we'll say, age 40? Yes. Did it happen earlier than age 30? Yes. Earlier than age 20? Yes. Earlier than 10? Wow. Did it happen earlier than 5 years old? Yep. Was that right? Earlier than 5? Yep. Did it happen earlier than birth? No. Did it happen at birth? So during the birth process? Whoa, bingo. Birth process. Can that be traumatic, ladies and ladies? Yeah. Yes. I was going to say and gentlemen, but whatever. What do you guys know? What do we know about it? So do you know anything about your birth? She doesn't know. But who does know? Her subconscious mind remembers everything, right? And so it knows there was something traumatic that happened to you when you were going through that process. All right. So is there anything else we need to know about this? Not really. And so you'll see under association, we can ask, is there anything associated with this? No. So what did we find? We found, what was the first thing we found? Her spirit's out of her body, partly. And that was the first domino. But the next thing, the actual reason for that apparently, is this physical blow that she took, or that trauma that she experienced when she was going through the birth canal 73 years ago. All right? So you ready? Let's release this. Now, how do we release something like this? Well, it's really difficult. Okay? What we do is we just take a hand, or if you have a magnet, you can use a magnet, and we just swipe down the back, right down the governing meridian, once, twice, 3 times. Okay? That's it. That's pretty simple, right? You ready? Hold your arm straight up. And let's ask, did we release that physical trauma energy? Yes, we did. All right, now let's ask, what percent of your spirit now is in your body? You remember what percent was in her body before? 67% was in her body. So 67% of your spirit in your body, yeah. 68% in the body, yeah. How about 70%? Yeah. How about 80%? Yeah. Is 100% of your spirit back in your body now? Yes, indeed it is. Where it belongs. Hopefully it'll stay there. Doggone it. Now I want you to walk around a little bit, okay? Walk around. And I want you to just tune in to your body and let's see how that feels now. A whole lot better, she says. Your legs don't feel as weak.
And then there's like a patch of pain from this side to this side. And
Can you guys hear her? Oh, hold on. I don't know what's going to happen when I turn this on. It could blow up.
I feel like an almost hula hoop again.
All right. Okay, here, you need to tell them, come on over here so they can see you.
She saw what I was doing. No, I was saying that there's been a patch. It felt like a big, heavy cloth or something was from here to here. And so it doesn't feel like it's that intense at all, maybe about a 2 or something, but it was 7 or 8, like for months. And then my legs feel a little stronger. I haven't really had solid food in a long time because I would get this methane gas and it was real painful. But now I feel like I can hula hoop.
Awesome. All right, cool. Maybe just turn that off. All right. Now that was with the first imbalance, right? Okay. But the beautiful thing about the body code is that it finally opens up the subconscious mind of the individual like a book. And so it can tell you what really is going on. And when you follow it and you trust the subconscious mind, it'll take you to the true underlying causes. And they may not be anything like what you think they might be. Okay. The first thing that you've got to do is throw out everything that you've ever known about the body, okay? In fact, this system works better the stupider you are, okay? The dumber you are, the less you know, the less you have learned, the better it works, because if you can just allow the subconscious mind to take you there, it will. But if you think you're so smart and you know what the reasons are, why people are having trouble, that's just going to trip you up and make it not work as well. So, it's okay to be stupid. We have many stupid people associated with us. Not you, though. Okay? Not you. I got to be careful. Okay, you ready? All right. Now, let's ask another question one more time. Is there another underlying reason why you've been having all this difficulty? And guess what? What's the answer? The answer is yes. Okay, so here's the process. We go back to the home page of the body code. So the way it works is you find an imbalance, clear it, fix it, and then you go back to the home page every time until you don't find anything else. All right, so let's see. There's another imbalance that our subconscious is thinking about, and is it on the left side of this chart? Yes, it is. So is it in the energies area? Yes, it is. So we'll click there. Is it on the left side of this chart? Yes, it is. So is it post-traumatic again? Yes, it is. Let's click there. So is it on the left side of this page? Yes. Is this another physical trauma energy? No, it's not. So what's left? What we call a physical emotional shock. How many of you have ever heard somebody say, boy, when I found out about that news, I felt like I'd been run over or hit by a truck? You ever heard that? You ever had that happen where somebody gives you some news and you just feel like you've been, knocked down? Sometimes an emotional blow happens to us in cases like that. And that's an energy that can get trapped in the body, and that's exactly what this is. So, it's the same process every time. We got the explanation, tells us what we found. We'll go to decoding. Is there anything else we need to know about this particular energy? Not really, okay? If we wanted to, we could delve, and figure out when it happens, but we don't need to, see? So is there anything associated with this? That's the next step. Anything associated with this? Not really, so let's just release it. So the intention step is, tells you right there, we just go down the back, down the governing meridian a few times with intention to release this energy, okay, whatever it was. Now, if you want to ask questions and find out, more about what happened to your client or your sister or whatever, you can. But in this case, we're not going to worry about it. So let's ask, did we release that energy? Yes, we did. Is there another underlying in fact, let's have you walk a little bit. Let's see how it feels now. The walking part is optional, but when we release things, things shift around, move into new places, and so on. So let's see. I'll turn it back on. There you go. All right, how you doing?
Not as weak as when I came up. A little stronger. I know some of it is because I didn't have a lot of calories in my body, but it's a lot stronger.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't be able to do this.
How's your pain level? Yeah, well, you were sitting in a wheelchair back there.
Yeah.
So how's it feel now, pain level-wise? You got any pain still?
No, just about maybe a 1.
Maybe a 1?
But it's not across the whole back like it was. Just
in one little area? Okay.
Just a little bit, but not much at all.
So what I'm going to show you here is how you can actually do this yourself on someone else, all right? One of the things that I learned is that when I was working on a patient, I found that if I was standing within about 6 feet of them, I was within their energy field, and I found that at the times when they'd be strong, I would be strong, and the times when they would be weak, I would be weak. And so I found that I could ask questions and get answers on people's people's bodies. Okay, great, thank you. So let's ask, is there another underlying reason why you're having this pain? And there's another reason. Okay, I'm using the ring and ring test. So the rings stay together for yes, they'll break apart for no. And I'm getting these answers from her subconscious mind. Her energy field is changing, giving those answers to me. And anybody can do this. There's nothing, fancy. There's nothing special about me doing this. This is not about me. This is about you. You can all do this. You can heal your family members. You can heal your loved ones. You can do it with this program. So, is there another underlying reason why you're having that pain? Yes. What is the reason? We'll go to the home page of the body code, and we'll ask if it is on the left side of this chart. Nope. It's on the right side of the chart. So is it some kind of a pathogen? No. Is it something misaligned? Yeah, it's a misalignment of something. So we'll go to that page, and is it something on the left side of the chart? No. Something in the, it's something in the skeleton, okay? And is it on the left side of this page? No, it's on the right side. Go to that one. So is it something on the left side of this page? Yes. Is it a bone in the vertebral column? No, it's a bone in the skull. So you get a bone in your skull that's out of alignment, okay? Now, as a craniopath, which means as a chiropractor, I took special training to learn how to manipulate the bones of the skull. My wife and I used to level out people's eyes. You ever seen anybody like that, where they got one eye like a Picasso, one eye low, one eye? We used to level those people out, okay? She knows all about that. So let's see what this is. Scroll down just a little. I think we're a little, oh no, I guess we're seeing them all. So what bone is this? I have no idea, okay? We can ask her subconscious mind, what bone is this that we've got a problem with? Is it on the left side of this page, yes or no? No. So is it the frontal bone? No. Is it a parietal bone? Or, let's see, temporal bone? No. So it's the occipital bone, that's it, and you see how strong that is. That's your subconscious mind saying, yeah, that bone's got a problem. Now watch this, I can prove this. Watch this, check this out. Hold this arm straight out, ready, resist me? Watch this. If I take a finger and I come back here to the back of her skull and I touch that bone, watch what happens. Down she goes, weak as a kitten. Why? Because that bone is not happy. It is not moving correctly. The bones of the skull all expand and contract about 12 times a minute, just slightly. But that bone is not happy, and that can affect everything with the cerebral spinal fluid mechanism, right? So we got to fix this bone. You ready? So let's ask, is there anything associated with this? You can click on that occiput bone, Gene, the bottom on the right. There we go. Is there anything associated with this bone being out of alignment? Yes. Now, when you have a misaligned bone or anything that's misaligned in the whole entire body, there's almost always an underlying reason, and it's usually some emotional baggage. Not always, but usually. So let's find out what this is. Is there something associated with this bone being out of whack? There sure is. Let's go back to the home page and find out what this is. So here's the domino, right? Is it on the left side of the chart? Yes, it is. Is it in the energies area? It sure is. We'll click there. Is it on the left side of this page? No. So is it an allergy or an intolerance? No. Is it something emotional? Yep. There we go. And is it on the left side of this page? It is. So is it a trapped emotion? It is. We'll go there. So what kind of trapped emotion is it? Is it on the left side of this page? Yeah. Ooh, cool. What's the first one? Prenatal? Is it prenatal? No. Is it preconception? No. So it's inherited? Bingo. It's an inherited trapped emotion. So somebody passed, well, either mom or dad passed some emotional energy to her at conception that maybe has been going down the line like a freight train for a while. I don't know. Let's find out. You have an inherited trapped emotion. Scroll down to the chart. Let's see what the emotion is. Okay, there's our chart of emotions. Is this emotion listed in the chart in column A? Yes, it is. Is it in one of the odd rows in column A? Yes, it is. Is it in row 1 in column A? No. Is it in row 3 in column A? Row 3 column A. What are the emotions there? You guys read those? Crying? Let's see if that's it. Is it inherited crying? Is that what it is? Yep, it's inherited crying. Okay? Inherited crying. Where'd this come from? Let's find out. Did you get this from your mom when you were conceived? Yes, she did. Did your mom get this from somebody earlier? Yeah. Did she get it from her mom? Yep. So grandma passed it to her mom at conception, and her mom passed it to her when she was conceived. But does this go back even further? Yes. Does it go back 10 generations? Yes, it does. Does it go back 20 generations? Wow, that's an old one. Does it go back 30 generations? No. So does it go back 25 generations? 26 generations? 27? Holy smokes. 26 generations. Somebody figure this out, okay? 26 times 26 comes out to what? Any math whizzes here? What's that work out to? 676. Can you subtract that from 2022? 676 years ago, somebody had a bad day in your line. You know? That's what we're finding out. 1346. 1346. So what this proves is that she actually had ancestors that were living at that point. You got that right? Just checking. Certain people get that. Okay, just resist now. Hold it. Now, here's an amazing thing. I think I showed this last night, but here's one of the really crazy things about this. Now, I don't know, but you guys, I remember I told you you had to throw out everything you've ever known or believed before. Watch this. Is your mom still alive? She is. How about her mom? No. Okay. Your grandmother, okay, is she here with us right now? Yes, she is. Okay. Well, where is she? Is she sitting out in the audience? No. Is she floating around in the air? No. Is she up here on stage with us? Yep. Because she wants to be here by you. What about all those other ancestors? Are they here too? Yes, they are. Now, you can't see them. We probably should move up a little bit and give them some room. Sometimes people can see them. Yeah, sometimes people have that gift. But let's give all these people a big hand. The stage is full of these spirits now. Let's give them a hand for showing up. Thank you for being here with us. Many of these people have not been clapped for a long, long time. Okay?
Include me.
Yeah, including you. So, okay, great. Thank you. So, is there anything else we need to know about this? Yes or no? No. Now, here's the thing. In quantum physics, we learn that one energy can be in an infinite number of places at the same time. That's what's going on here. You see, that ancestor, and by the way, the ancestor that this originated with 26 generations ago, was that a female? Yes, it was. So you see, scientists are finding out about this kind of thing. They're finding out that if an animal has a traumatic experience, somehow, they don't know how, they will pass down that traumatic memory in some way so that their offspring will avoid that spot that was dangerous, or, they'll avoid that smell, or, scientists don't know how it works. I'm telling you right now, this is how it works. It's all energy, and these energies get passed down. Now, why do you suppose all these ancestors are here tapping their feet waiting for me to release this? Why? Because they've got it too, every single one of them, see? Every single one. It's only one emotion, but it exists in all of them. And probably a lot of other people as well, because if we could go back 26 generations and trace our genealogy back, how many people might have descended from that ancestor of hers 26 generations ago? A lot of people potentially, right? A lot of people. So, is there anything else we need to know about this? Nope, let's release it. You ready? Here we go. Now, to release something like this, we do 10 swipes, okay? Because we're releasing this from not only her, but also all these other people. You're counting, right? Good. Good. I can't be bothered to count, really. No. I lose track. So you ready? Just resist now. Hold it. All right, did we release that energy from you? Yes, we did. Did it also release from all these ancestors? Yeah. Are they still here? No. And this is how it always is. It's really funny because it's like, I don't know, they're busy doing something. I don't know what they're doing. But you'd think they wouldn't be doing anything, just hanging out. But they they show up and then it's like, all right, we got to get out of here. Boom, let's go. And they're gone. But anyway, there you go. Now, walk around a little bit. Let's see how that feels. It was a 7 when we started, right? We took it down a ways, down to like a 1. And let's see how it's doing now. I don't know. But that's a burden that's a big burden to carry. Think of that. That thing was hundreds of years old, that energy. It was an antique. If it would have been like a, chest of drawers from back then, in good shape, it would have been worth a lot of money. But instead, it's just this negative, nasty energy. What was the emotion? Crying. Crying. What would that do to her in her life? Well, what it would do is it would tend to make her cry more easily, right? And it would also tend to bring situations into her life that might make her want to cry, see? Because how many of you read The Secret? It's a true principle, right? That when you think about things, whatever you're thinking about, you're going to attract. But guess what? You have a peanut brain thinking about things. That's why a lot of people found out that, that didn't really work for them, because the subconscious mind is 99.99999 whatever percent of your intelligence, and it's sending its own energy out into the universe. And in this case, this was this antique energy, hundreds of years old, of crying. So, all right. Well, here, let's see. Where's that mic? Oh, you got it already. Is it turned on? You're way ahead of me.
Yes, it's on, I'm thinking.
All right. How do you feel now?
I feel much better. I feel like the methane gas that is generated because of the bacteria, that it's moving, it moved out. So that was what making the discomfort in the back and the stomach. So I feel like I felt it leaving. So don't be around me much, I might poop. I might still be pooting throughout the day, so.
We didn't notice anything up here, just so
Right.
you know.
But yes, I feel like that has been released. Yeah.
All right, sweetie, there you go.
Thank you
That's
so
all the time we've got.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. All right. Yeah. Isn't that so interesting?
The length of her stride is increasing too.
Dude. Thanks, Gene. Oh, man. So great. All right. I am sure I'm out of time. Am I? I got like a minute left. So anyway, you can become a certified practitioner. We have 10,000 plus certified emotion code practitioners. That's level 1 certification. We have level 2 certification. That's body code. It's all done online. So that's the body code. You know, it's really, really interesting. I mean, we're living at this really incredible time in the history of the world, right? Where these old power structures that have held sway and have kept mankind in forms of slavery of one kind or another, people are waking up to that, see? The consciousness level in this world every day is a little more than it was the day before. People are waking up. COVID was a big wake-up call, I think, to people in the world, that things are not how they should be, right? And so my life's mission is to bring this healing work into the world. It doesn't have anything to do with me, really, except the fact that I was chosen to bring it into the world. It's not about me, it's about you. Because you can learn how to heal your family, you can heal your loved ones, you can heal your ancestors. We did some healing on your ancestors today, right? And yeah, so fun stuff. All right. So these are how you can contact us. Our main website is at discoverhealing.com. And we're on Facebook and LinkedIn, places like that. So I want to thank you all for being here. And I guess I'm done. Thank you. Thank you.